Wait, we just had a Friday the 13th last month. Twice in a year, go figure. One thing's for sure, nothing scary about this edition of High School Sports Final. The DC State champs join us in studio. The Maryland title game is set, and so are we. It's High School Sports Final, and it's next.
I'm Drew Storian watching High School Sports Final on News Channel 8.
From News Channel 8, this is High School Sports Final.
Oh, hey, Drew Storen. Thanks for that intro. Hello, and thanks for watching. You are watching High School Sports Final. I'm your host, Monica McNutt. Lots of scores and highlights to get to, so let's not waste any time. Now, the Verizon Center is usually the site for the DC State title game, as in the championship game. But this year, the snow pushed everything back, so the semifinals were held at Verizon Center, because when you book Verizon Center, you have to play there. The first game of the day was St. John's girls taking on Marta Sneezek and National Cathedral. St. John's coach Jonathan Scribner getting fired up against the National Cathedral. Cadets here now. Asia McCrae with the hoop and the foul. She's taking a trip to the line after that one. More St. John's a little later. Amira Collins says, okay, you don't want to guard me, that's fine. I'll just pull up right here and knock down this shot, as she does. Now, NCS, they weren't going to go away easy. Ayanna Harrison, deep three ball. And it's up and good. She cashes in from behind the arc. Then a little bit later, her teammate, Marta Sneezek, the kid headed to Stanford. She misses, but she gets her own rebound. And instead of just hitting a putback like everybody else, she opts for the three, and she hits it. A late lead for National Cathedral. Game tied in the final minutes now. Sydney Wood with the three, and that would do it. St. John's would win this one 53-50. The cavernous Verizon Center, Gonzaga and Jabari Greenwood taking on Luke Garza and Murray in the boys semifinal. Eagles big man now, there is Sam Miller. He's going to have the hot hand from deep, showing he can do it not only inside, but also outside, cashing in from three there. More Gonzaga a little bit later. The back door is going to be open on this play. Wait for it. There it is. Love that pass. A little Princeton-esque as you see Georgetown on the sidelines. Eddie Scott with the slam in the finish. Eagles turning it on now. The steal here, Bryant Crawford. This kid can get up high flying. He's going to finish at the rim. He's headed to Wake Forest next year. Murray would mount a little bit of a comeback, though. Austin Vereen, it's up and good. He cashes in for not just one or two, but all three. The Frog Faithful, they're pumped, they're excited, trying to keep their team in it. That's what you got to do for state title games and in these tournaments. All right, this would not be exciting for Murray, though. Chris Likes at the end of the half, he just beats the buzzer. Likes would score 20 on the night. Gonzaga leads at the half in this one. All right, so Vereen trying to keep Murray in the game with the pull-up J right inside the three-point line. It's cash, but Gonzaga, they were the WCAC champs for a reason. Kobe Davis on the breakaway. Looks like 5'6" Chris Likes would be beat, but he got up for the block. You see the little man elevate? He's like a Kevin Hart guy. Gonzaga wins this one 68-53. BCC fans and Magruder fans cheering on their respective squads. This one was at Blair High School in the regional final. Ivan Torres knocking down the three for the Barons. On the other end, Magruder's Ronald Hammond. He'd attack the rim all wild, hit the ground, but guess what? And one, he bounces back up. He's not hurt at all. The Barons now, Livio Caputo, rebound and put back is good. With 1 minute to go, with the 35 seconds in the fourth quarter, BCC is up. The score is tied at the end of the game. Coming down the stretch, Magruder had that chance to win in regulation, but it comes up short. So, in overtime, Magruder coming on strong as Joe Hughley powers through two defenders, but BCC, more of them. Livio Caputo, again, slight hesitation, change of speed, change of direction, kids, and the finish at the rim. A little Manu Ginobili as BCC wins this one 54-52. Barons advance to the semis against Duval. All right, here we are. Duval and Wise. I guess I kind of gave it away. You know who's going to win this one if they face BCC. But anyway, here we go. Duval going strong. The Pumas defense a little stronger. They're going to take this steal all the way to the basket and finish. On the other end, here comes Duval. Emmanuel EJ. Get to know that name through the course of these highlights, folks, for this show. The dish to Khalil Newkirk there. He hits the jumper. Then we've got some Tiger defense. Ed Polite gets up and blocks that shot. It leads to a break. and Terry Kenner finishes it off with a nice layup. That's what I'm talking about, team defense leading to offense. All right, here goes Mike Spite. He's going to take over. Sweet jumper there. That one falls, cash money. The Pumas, they're pushing it now. Darren Barnes, pushing, here it comes, the jam. It's getting the crowd hyped. We all love a jam, right? You can't resist that one. All right, then Barnes again, he goes strong inside. The putback, Wise down 4 now. The Pumas, they're trying to stay in this ball game, y'all. They're doing the best they can, but Polite on his Dikembe Mutombo thing. No, waving the finger, getting the Duval faithful into it. The block. They love the outcome out of this game. Duval, as you knew, takes the 4A South Regional title 55-46. The 3A West Regional title now, or final that is. Ligonor rolling early against Seneca Valley, but Brandon Simpson with a shot that falls right back the other way now. Carter Schmidt for the layup. It's good. More Lancers. Jack Staub on this particular play gets the putback to fall. Seneca fighting back. Quentin Twyman, the basket. Twyman twinkling the twine. That's a tricky one, right? All right, Staub here, a dribble, pull up, three-pointer, it's good. And now Twyman, again, for Seneca, the answer gets that one to go. Then Ligonor's Thomas Lang, give them all 3 of those, folks. It is good. And finally, Jack Staub is going to get the tough basket in the lane, and Seneca Valley falls short, 58-52. Ligonor moves on to the state semifinals. All right, to the ladies. You know, I love the ladies. The Raider girls cheering on the Raider girls. Eleanor Roosevelt and Parkdale at Wise. Roosevelt rolling early. Asia McCauley for the corner 3. That one would be good. Parkdale now, the pass inside. They're going to their big Tabitha Johnson. Her shot is no good, but there's Ruth Omala with the putback. Panthers guard on the other end, or excuse me, still staying with Parkdale. Nyla Jones driving, gets her shot blocked by Kyla Charles. She's a big-time recruit, y'all. Kyla's very good. And then here's Kyla doing her thing on the offensive side. Long shot is no good, but the putback by her teammate Alana Bayana, and she's fouled. Those Raider girls win the 4A South Region 60-43. It's time now to shine the spotlight on one of the best and brightest prep stars in our area. It's the Athlete of the Week, brought to you by our friends at Itility. Our Athlete of the Week broke 2 state records on the way to a state championship, doing some good things. Rory Lewis broke his own state record in the 100-yard butterfly. That's his 3rd straight title. Then he sped past everybody in the 200 individual medley. Lewis said after his record-setting night, "It's my senior year. That's when we're supposed to shine. Leave a legacy, right?" You got that right, Rory. Lewis is headed to Penn State next year, so congrats to Rory Lewis, our Itility Athlete of the Week. Lots of games and highlights for us to get to, and we're just getting started here on High School Sports Final. Up next, the state finals are set in Maryland. How the 2 teams got there, we'll show you how. Plus, we'll talk with the ladies that won the DC State title. Congratulations to them. We're pumped to have them in studio. Don't forget, for the latest scores and highlights of featured games, you can log on to hssportsfinal.com. Welcome back to High School Sports Final. Now, we had highlights of BCC and Duval, 2 teams that weren't expected to be at the Xfinity Center, but there they were, battling each other for a shot at the state final. And that, my friends, gets us to our game of the night, a pivotal matchup in the 4A state championship bracket. Duval Tigers, Emmanuel EJ starting it off, breaking out in transition, finishing for 2. Now this one got really good late. It took a while for it to get close. Duval looked like they had the upper hand early, but Edward Polite would knock down that jumper, continuing to build that Duval lead. The free throw line, he gets that one to go. And then on the other end, for the Tigers, or I'm sorry, for the Barons, they get that shot to go with just a little bit of time left. Now the game will be tied off the block shot. Yannick Alexis picks up the block shot and puts it in. That's a buzzer beater. So the Barons win this one by 1, 57-56. All right, in the other semifinal, Bruce Spruill of Meade, he couldn't see him there, but you can see the ball going through the net, hitting that three. And then on the other end, Springbrook right back at you. Donovan Walker skying off wild and high. A little bit more Springbrook, this time off the steal. E.J. Dyson benefits from the long transition pass from Jabri Ray. The layup in the paint, high percentage shot. But Meade would start to pull away. Josh Qualls stops and pops. No matter how funky the shot looks, it actually went in. And then Tristan Easton just dribbling through the whole defense, looking a little Steph Curry-esque, finding the lane. Meade wins big. They're headed to the state final. Off to Tacoma Academy for the semifinals of the Maryland Private Schools playoffs, Montrose Christian and Mount Carmel. Watch this pass by Taekwon Bryant to Frank Webb Jr. Oh, did you see it? To Frank Webb Jr. Very, very nice. Montrose Christian responds, though. Aaron Washington is going to drive here, and he would finish in traffic. The lay-in is good. Washington, again, here, he's going to dissect the defense. Back and forth, finds the seam right to the basket. Nothing better than that. He finishes at the rim. Too much Mount Carmel, though. David Ebror with the slam there. The Cougars move on to the championship game, 60-57. More to come on High School Sports Final. Scanning the area and the highlights from the show. Keeping tabs on the best plays. We'll have our plays of the week a little later. Next up, the DC State Championship game, a battle of WCAC teams. And don't forget, you have a chance to show us who has the most energetic and spirited high school. Log on to WJLA.com/spirit and tell us why your school is the best. Even though the WCAC champs were crowned last week, that doesn't mean that the season was over. Gonzaga and St. John's on opposite sides of the bracket in the DC State title tournament. Lo and behold, the conference foes met yet again. In the DCAA title game, Gonzaga, St. John's, jump balls up, let's get it, like the cheer says. Jeff Doughton here attacking from the wing, scoop and score easy like ice cream. The Eagles will respond, though. Chris Likes handling the rock with care, and the bucket is good up over the larger defender, little David and Goliath-esque. Doughton now again, cross-court pass to Anthony Cowan. The three is up and the three is good. You love a great sharpshooter. Every team should have one. Gonzaga defending. They're going to come up with the steal, and Likes, he's going up on a Friday to Bryant Crawford on the other end for the high riser, Bryant Crawford. Gonzaga, they got up big in this one, but late in the fourth, St. John's made a comeback and took the lead. Likes doing his best to keep his team close. That pull-up jump shot is good. St. John's swarming on defense. They're going to come up with the ball, and if some is good, more is better. DeJuan Clayton and one. St. John's with a come-from-behind win in the DC State title game, 74-66. Here's Coach afterward.
I'm very proud. I mean, obviously for us, the main thing is the WCAC tournament, and we fell very short. Those are the champs, and, God just gave us an opportunity to actually have another shot at it.
Congratulations to St. John's. All right, still more as we wrap up this edition of High School Sports Final. Dunks, dives, blocks, goals, plays of the week for this edition of the show is right after the break. And you just saw the boys' championships in D.C. How about the champions on the girls' side? They're in studio next, so stick around. Remember, you can go to our Facebook page at High School Sports Final to check out your choice for play of the week. All right, the first one comes from the Gonzaga-St. John's game. Gonzaga with the defense, little man to the big man, up high by the rim. Bryant Crawford finishing with a semi-alley-oop. He didn't quite dunk, but he still got up worthy of a Play of the Week nod, I would say, right? All right, then we go over to the BCC Duval game, and you love a buzzer beater? Yannick Alexis, right time, right place, getting that one to fall for his team. The biggest basket of the game, easily. All right, a little bit more of the Eagle squad, DC State semifinals. Likes buzzer beater at the half. It didn't quite mean as much as the BCC buzzer beater, but still, it was a three-point shot, a great shot. Gonzaga goes on to beat Murray in this one. All right, so those are the guys. But joining us tonight in studio, the ladies of Georgetown Visitation, Kate Delaney, guard Alexis Gray, and Coach Mike McCarthy. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
All right, so I watched that game. It was a great game. Both of you ladies had fantastic games. Alexis, you came on a little bit late.
Yeah.
Kate, through the course of that game, I mean, what were you thinking going in?
Well, it was my last high school game ever, so I knew I wanted to end with a bang and leave it all out on the court, and I was really happy with my performance.
So you say that, but mentally, was there like, oh my God, it is my last game, or I mean, what?
I don't think it really hit me until about the last 10 seconds when I burst into tears when Alexis was shooting free throws. We hadn't even won the game yet, but it was just so surreal, and the fans were cheering, and it was just an amazing moment.
Alexis, did you see Kate burst into tears?
No, I was shooting the free throws, but everyone was telling me about it after, and she was still crying after the game too.
So, Coach, you're watching your team go through this game, ebb and flows of a game. Kate's having a good game. Alexis, came on a little later, but you had other players that were pivotal in terms of their performance. What were you saying?
We struggled for 3 quarters. Kate really carried us through the first 3 quarters of the game. Katie Roby stepped up, hit some big threes. Sydney Love Baker hit a big 3 with about 2 minutes to go that put us ahead for the first time in the second half. And it was just a good team effort. And then Alexis I think their game plan was to stop Alexis, and then she took over the last 5 minutes, which she's done before, and carried us home.
Alexis, talking about taking over or taking you out of the game from St. John's defense, did you ever get into your head mentally, or was there something that a teammate had to say to you to kind of help you stay locked in? Because that's always difficult when a defense is keying in on you.
Yeah, well, my shots weren't going down at first, so that was definitely kind of bothering me, but I knew that at some point it was going to have to go down, and I couldn't just stop shooting, and I had to just keep going, and I needed to help my team.
So we're talking a lot about offense, but Kate, St. John's, they've got some pretty good talent over on that side. Defensively, how did you guys prepare for them?
I think they're definitely the most physical team we've played all year, and especially in the post. They really, made us work for every rebound. So I think we just prepared all year. We really pushed each other in practice, to make sure we got every rebound and every loose ball we could.
Now, I can remember playing at Gallaudet in the WCAC final of the Holy Cross, and our teammates or our classmates came and filled the stands. When you saw your classmates in the stands, was that planned? Were you guys surprised?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
we planned it.
So how did that go? I mean, the theme, everything, the American flag theme, how did it go?
It was great. I mean, it's really exciting. I love having our whole school coming to support us. I really think it's great that they all love watching us play, and they're just great supporters.
Coach, obviously the student body fully behind their classmates on the court, but I assume the administration is also pumped about the success the program has had.
Oh yeah, I think it's been great for the school, what the team's done this year, and I mean, being way up in the rankings in the post, and just getting a lot of recognition, and I mean, it just sort of has energized the school, I think, and then the girls coming out, I think, energized our team and kept us in it. It was cool to watch.
The one thing I will say that energized me watching, preparing me for the next game, was the nuns rushing the court. That was the most awesome thing ever. Did you talk to them about that at school the next day?
Well, the nuns, I would say, are some of our biggest supporters. They come to basically every home game, and no matter how bad we play, they always come into the locker room and tell us that we did a great job. So it was really nice that they got to be a part of that moment too.
Well, tell your classmates and the nuns we appreciate them storming responsibly. That was a very
We're glad
organized,
they didn't get trampled.
very organized court storm. All right, guys. Kate, senior year. I mean, what has been kind of the most memorable moment besides winning this title, maybe for you this season?
I think I'd have to say beating McNamara in the Title IX tournament. That was a pretty special game for me because I think that was one of the first and biggest local teams that we really stepped up against, and I think we proved to everyone, including ourselves, that we were one of the best teams in the area, and that we deserve to have a good ranking in the Washington Post.
Alexis, do you think that has kind of, or maybe not just that win, but even winning the state title in DC, that has kind of solidified you guys as a team? Because you're right. Typically, I mean, I can remember, I don't think too much has changed. I haven't been out of high school that long, but I can remember Visitation maybe not one of the top teams you think of in terms of girls basketball.
Yeah, we definitely weren't. And I mean, we were slowly climbing up in the rankings. And I mean, a lot of people in the other teams weren't expecting us to be one of the top teams, and they weren't expecting us to win as many games as we did. And I mean, we just kind of proved everyone wrong this year.
Coach, what has been your favorite part about working with this group of girls?
I think we surprised people this year. A lot of different people stepped up, and almost everybody played to their potential. And it's really been neat to watch, and watching the seniors lead us, and different girls step up, different games. It's been Kate one night, Alexis, Maddie Reed, Sydney, Katie Roby. I mean, you go right down the line, Keelan, Lauren, everybody. It's been just a team effort, and everybody's committed to defense. I think that comes from our assistant Kathy Gillespie, who Kathy makes them play defense, and it's just been a great team effort.
Good stuff. All right, guys, we're inside of a minute. I'm putting you on the spot here. I need one word to describe this year. One word to describe. I think we can afford to give you about 5 seconds to think about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Game time. Let's go. One word to describe this year. Each of you can have your own word.
Okay. I would have to say family, because we always cheer that at the end of every game.
All right, Alexis, 20 seconds, quick.
Bucket God, because that's what we say.
Bucket God. Okay, Coach.
I'd say magical.
Magical. All right, you guys, we're here with the family Bucket Gods, magical folks from Visitation. Thanks for joining us for High School Sports Final. I'm Monica McNutt.